Welcome to Redeeming Thunder. My name is Erica. Please subscribe and like so that this word can get out, because this is a very important vision that I'm going to share regarding the prodigals and the stage that they are in. Yahuah is creating a supernatural divine appointment, divine heavenly encounter, and brings his angels to assist. Okay, he's creating an atmosphere that is going to be so divine that they won't be able to resist this change. And he's also blocking the enemy from interfering with this process, with this intervention. So you're going to want to hear and be up to date, because there is other prophetic word that am going to be bringing forth, and it has to do with the keys to know how to block the enemy from sabotaging destinies. And this, for prodigals, involves their destiny. So you need to assist. It's all hands on deck. You need to help them. And you're not going to sit there with your arms crossed and let Yahuah do all the work. Okay? And I'm going to tell you why. He acts, or the angels act upon your authority that Yahuah has been given to people, and they have to listen. They have to abide. That is the law. You call upon their assistance, they are ready to work for Abba. They are ready to make his promises come to pass. And I got the way this vision kind of played out is I got I perceived that the wait is pretty much over. You know, a lot of many people are waiting for the prodigals to return. Okay? And you've prayed and you've fasted and you've trusted and you've dealt with a lot of warfare, and you're wondering, when is it going to be? When is it going to happen? Well, lately Yahuah has been telling me to prepare my home the way I would like it for their return. So usually, you know, let's say it's going to be I'm giving an example of a holiday. You know that Thanksgiving is coming around. It's just, I'm giving an example. So you're going to start preparing by, you know, getting your house ready, maybe being extra tidy, getting out your decor, getting out your list so that you can plan on what you want to cook for that day. You know, maybe your outfit. It's like you're preparing. So he's putting in motion the unction to prepare for their return. So that means the wait is almost over. Okay, that's one clue. Besides the fact that I had other dreams and visions that were very alarming, concerning. You're going to want to watch those videos, so that's why I say subscribe and mark the bell and like, so that way others can receive this immensely wonderful prophetic vision of the prodigals receiving divine assistance to prepare their hearts for this return. Okay, and so what Yahuah is doing is a brand new thing. Thank you, Holy Spirit. He knows that if he waits for them to change their hearts, it could be never, or it could be it could be taking even longer. Okay, so what he's doing is speeding up the process, and I know this because of another divine vision that I received, that he's creating new hearts, like supernaturally, like he's doing some kind of creation in the portals for these hearts to change, because he can. He's showing what he can do, and he wants the credit for it. So let me get into the dream. Sorry, I said vision, but it's actually a dream. Okay, I'm so sorry for saying vision. And I woke up thinking, oh my, it really did happen. Like I really felt like it was real. That's why I said vision, because I felt like I was living it. And I realized, oh, you know, it's coming. It's a dream. I realized that certain date I thought is in the future. Okay, so this is so now I can pinpoint when it happened. It happened around the beginning of the summer, so it was June 21st, around there, not the 28th. And the reason why I know that, because in the dream it was stating it was the beginning of the summer. So now it could be the beginning of the summer Hebrew calendar, Yahuah's moon calendar, or he's talking about our calendar, where we go by June 21st in the Gregorian calendar being summer. Okay, so I still need to ask for that detail, but it's still within 2 weeks from each other of when this divine appointment happens. Okay, so because for I don't know if you know this, but maybe you can do some side studies with Hebrew holidays, that the calendar starts in the middle of our month. That's when they start. So we follow by the moon calendar when it's a new moon. So when it's a new moon, it's hardly a crescent. It's just like a line of moon that you can see. That's when it's a new moon. And apparently it's going to be on July 6th, 2024, this Saturday. So you want to reserve Yahuah's appointed dates and holidays. It's very important. It honors him. He sees it as an act of obedience, and he will honor you. Okay? Alright, so let me jump into it. It seemed to be where I received some photos of a park that my daughter goes to in the city that they're in. Okay, and it was a park that had a huge walls, and it was painted white on one wall with a rose on it, and the rose seemed to be on fire. Flames on the red rose, and at the bottom there was a layer of royal blue paint. In that park, I wouldn't really call park, it was just sort of like this corner lot. There was a bridge there, some graffiti underneath the bridge. There was overgrowth of grass and ivy on trees, like it was abandoned, almost abandoned lot area. Okay, and then I told him, like, don't forget, summer's almost starting. And so what I'm thinking is, in my dream I said, don't forget, summer's almost starting. And remember, we start the parenting day 1 week on, 1 week off, so I'll pick you up from school. But then we decided I was going to pick her up at that park. I said, don't forget to tell your brother. And then she's like, okay, and she's kind of rolling her eyes, and she answered the phone, and I could tell she was like, okay, I know. And then she's like, I don't know if he's going to want to come, but I'll tell him. So in real life, school already ended around the 13th, 14th of June. Okay? In real life, I already knew that. But in the dream, it's like I was living in that moment in real life. I felt like it. And school's almost over. So, on that sense, I kind of feel like maybe the divine intervention has already taken place. It depend if Yahuwah was talking about his calendar or the Gregorian calendar. Okay? So, then what happened was, I was looking at the photos, and I don't remember if she gave it to me, or if I just kind of appeared. So if it just appeared, like there were regular photos, like not on my phone, like in an envelope. So I feel like it was a divine assistance there for someone to deliver photos, and I knew exactly where she would be. Okay? Now, after that, it seems to be that we drove over there and we met up with her, and then we met up at the park where we said we were going to meet, that little lot area, and then we were about to go pick up her brother from school, or not school. She already told him that to meet at that place. So we were just sort of hanging out, waiting to see what would be next. And then I woke up from the dream. Okay, so let me break down the dream. When I asked Yahuwah, what does this mean? Then he gave me a vision. That's where I'm talking about the vision. That I did receive a vision, okay? And I was in prostration, and I was asking him, I'm concerned about this, I really would like to know. And he showed me. So this is what happened. It's like I'm looking at the photo, but now it's in my view, and I have my eyes closed. And when you're in prostration, I'm meaning you're actually bent down and bowed down with your head down. If you want answers from Yahuwah, this is a tip. You don't do it standing up and praying, while you're working and stuff and just doing stuff. There's the secret place. He deserves real one-on-one focus and attention, where it's quiet and you close your eyes. Some of you have this gift where you can see. Anyways, I'm now in it. I'm jumping in the vision. I'm now standing outside of there was a highway there. I could see the bridge. I could see the white background with the rose and the flames, and I could see the paint, blue. Half the wall was painted. Okay, and then that other wall over there, and some shrubs, and they were all overgrowth. I could see all that. Suddenly, as I began to pray, because I just felt the need that I needed to pray, so I was praying in the spirit, and suddenly I saw these angels standing on. So it's on the left, my left hand side. There was the bridge. There's some graffiti underneath, and then I saw these kind of look like shadowy goblins down there, and I'm like, ooh, I don't want my daughter hanging out right here. That's what I truly was feeling. Okay, but I saw about 5 or 6 angels standing on the bridge, and they were white gowns. I couldn't really see their faces, and they were standing there, and suddenly there was like this electric line, and like it was a bubble, so like it was spreading from the line of, like, right underneath the not underneath the bridge, so at the edge of the bridge, on the grass, it was just like chiseling away the grass. So now that piece of the grass was looking like nicely cut and not overgrowth. And this bubble hovered over, it kept spreading, and it was like making it up into a beautiful garden instead. So there was a tree there. Remember, there was a tree there, and then this tree became a bigger, and it had like red apples on it, and there was no more ivy growing on the tree, and it was just spreading like this clear bubble. And at the end of the bubble, it was like this lightning, like a oh my goodness, what are you guys gonna do? Lightning, electrifying, chiseling, bright white light, like it was creating, like, you know, those high-tech 3D create any kind of gadget now, I guess, any kind of thing. Okay, it was doing something like that. Like it was, you could see it. It was sparkling. Okay, so then there was what looked like my son standing on the side. And it was almost like if I could perceive that my daughter was watching this all. And like she could see it. What other family members started piling up in a row, her other siblings, her cousins, her grandparents. And then as it kept spreading, I saw it kind of seemed like I was seeing what she was seeing through her eyes, like she was unveiled. She wasn't blinded anymore, and she could see that these family members really mattered to her now, suddenly. Who she probably thought she could handle and live without, you know. She saw this beautiful garden, and then it went past the painting, the mural on the wall of the rose, and the rose was just a regular rose, and then it was not any flames, no flames, and there was no blue water looking paint. And I realized that represented, okay, so a rose that's burning represents, not burning, it was not on like burning, it was black, it was on fire. It's like it's like a rebirth. That's what it means. And it now was like a regular rose, and then the blue represented it deep waters, and that was being removed. So all of the pain and all of the sorrow and all of the grief and all of the waiting is now over. Why? Because Yahuah feels like it should be over. It is time to receive the blessing. And that's what I got out of it. Okay, so we were all standing there, and then I was like, looked over to the side, and there was this angel, you know, where it was chiseling, sparkling. There was an angel that was on a horse, and he was spreading this bubble-like protection. It was like divine manifestation, and he was like on a horse and holding a sword, it seemed like, and he was running back and forth on that line, and he was causing it to also spread and pass all the way to the other side, to the other stone wall. So it seemed like, and then I looked over, I'll say the last detail in a minute, and there was bars underneath the bridge. So those goblin ghosts like images that were kind of ashy gray, they couldn't enter into that new location where it now is a beautiful garden. And there was like a bright light, because before it was sort of hazy, if cloudy day, and as it moved, that clearish bubble moved and spread throughout the entire section where we were going to meet. It became where it was a bright sunny day, like extra bright than a regular sunny day. Like it was blue sky, light blue sky, but like an extra bright light, white light on it. Okay, and then towards the end, it was like a stone wall and it was no mildew on it. And it just felt light, and it felt serene. It felt marvelous. It felt like we did something with the prayer. Prayer actually changes things. So that's what I encourage you to do. I encourage you to put all hands on deck and make things happen, change on earth as it is in heaven.